Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Not London Narratives. If you're new here, please leave a like, please subscribe, and turn on post notifications. A lot has been going on. A lot has been going on, and every time I try to talk about this, or when I tried yesterday, I ended up going on a tangent and forgetting what I actually wanted to do. So let's just dive right into it. There are rumors about players like Eze and Savinho coming to Tottenham Hotspur. But aside from that, guys, today is 12th of August, meaning that by this time tomorrow, we might know who has won the Super Cup. Oh my God, if Tottenham must win two trophies in how many months? Believe me, if we lose it, fine, no problem. I won't say anything. It's all fine. It didn't mean much anyways. But if we win it, if we beat PSG, I know they've had like 1 week of training, something crazy like that. But if we beat PSG, nobody's going to hear the end of this. Genuinely speaking, nobody. See, don't chat to me. We win trophies here. We win here. That's what we do. We win. Win. Do you know what that is? Do you know that after the Europa League win, I went on this whole, I don't even know what to call it. But there was this whole thing that happened with me where I couldn't stop saying the word trophy. Trophy, trophy. I love that word trophy. And every time I say the word trophy, the first person that came to mind was Ten Hag. Trophy, 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 trophy. I just love that word. Oh my god. But yeah. But we'll get into that. We'll get to the match preview and everything. But the first thing I want to talk about, guys, the first thing I want to talk about is the links. The links, because we're being linked to some players. And I find that very interesting because the day before I was here talking about what's his name? Van Bommel. And out of nowhere, that same evening, we get linked to Savinho. And I'm like, where's this from? Where did this come from? And how? But I would take him in a habit. I would even need to think twice before taking Savio into my team. So yeah. What's going on? Why is every ref not opening? I don't know. I don't know if it's my hotspot because we've gotten what they call it. We've gotten um Starlink, but it takes some time, or we are yet to install it, so we're not able to use it yet. Don't know why this thing has been acting very weird, but that's fine. We'll look for another way to. So Savio stats. Let's try and check for. I don't know why VRF isn't loading. But anyways, it's fine. Savio. Let's see this. Okay. Yeah, so he's 21, market value is 52 million. His strengths are playmaking, passing, and long balls. He can play on the left and on the right wing. So yeah, he can play on the left and right wing. He has no outstanding weakness. From his height, I can probably tell you that one of his weaknesses is probably heading, without a doubt. I think another weakness is finishing, but that's just my own opinion. So yeah, I think finishing is a weakness. I don't think he's the most clinical finisher. But some people will tell you, oh no, he is. We all watch football differently and we see different things. So it's understandable why somebody would think that. The reason why I came to the conclusion that he's not a clinical finisher is because I have a friend that is a City fan, and basically throughout last season, we're talking about, or we spoke about teams like a lot. Every day we talk about football. Majority of our conversations, like 99.9% of our conversations, is about football. And we spoke about Savio, and he was talking about how he loves Savio so much that when you check the data, Savio is the closest thing to Lamine Yamal. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, bro, if you check it, they are genuinely like very similar. And I was like, what? That's crazy. And yeah, he was talking about that and all this stuff. Like just that Savio doesn't have the output of a Yamal. So yeah, basically, like I said, his passing doesn't actually look bad, shockingly. Long passes, he doesn't really do that. It's all short passes, short passes, short passes. So it's quite good on the ball. His goal and shot creation, incredible. His ball carrying and all these touches in the attacking third, incredible. So it's clear that he's a ball carrier, a ball carrying. Interprets these stats using gold stars. So yeah, it's clear that he's a ball carrying. What do you call it? Ball carrying winger. Very good with that. So yeah. So at assists, he's very good. 4 stars. Um, expected assists, 4 stars. So he consistently creates high quality, and that's the key thing there. It's not just about creating assists, it's about creating high quality chances. And I think that will do Tottenham for the world of good. Because when you're seeing number nines missing headers from 1 yard out, Richarlison was directly in front of the goal and he still missed. You know that is a concern. And it's not just Richarlison. We've seen Matistel as well. When I've forgotten the game and he blasted the ball here. I don't even know what he was doing. But when we have attackers like this, you need wingers that can create a lot of chances, because the thing about the difference between Harry Kane, Son in their prime and the rest of the players that we have, the Richarlisons, the Solanke, is that when we had Harry Kane, we had Son. When you have players of that caliber, with Harry Kane, you needed to create like 3 chances, he will score 2. Do you get what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that Harry Kane didn't have the one-off miss. He's human. Do you get what I'm saying? But like with players like that, you create 3 chances. You know that there are certain chances that they are guaranteed goals. Like that one that Matistel was thrown goal, guaranteed goal. The Richarlison one in preseason, guaranteed goal. Like there's certain chances that they don't miss. Players of that caliber. But when you like reduce the quality, yeah, you now hello Chantal. When you reduce the quality, you now sort of have to create like 4 or 5 chances for them to score now. So yeah, that's the interesting thing about things like this. I'm skeptical about these 2 transfers. Skeptical is crazy. Shanta, that's crazy. That's a very bold statement. Remember, we're supposed to have the protest this weekend, and suddenly we see 2 transfer links. I still think Spurs are doing some PR BS here. This is very interesting. Listen, this is what I said. I feel like there hasn't been too much news on Tottenham, and we've like I've said this before. I think it was to you. There hasn't been too much news on Tottenham. We haven't really seen anything, and I feel like when we have, it has been genuine. Like if you think back to Mbeumo, we didn't bid, but the interest was genuine. We knew about that. We didn't really see much after that. Next thing we saw Semenyo, then he went away. Then he signed a new contract. Then we saw Kudus. We bid. We got the player. Next thing we saw, Gibbs White. We bid. Then Marinakos, whatever. We couldn't get the player. Next thing we saw, Paulinia. We bid. We got the player. Next thing, after Paulinia, has been Savio. After Savio, Eze. Like, I feel like news hasn't really come out. Like, it's not like under Parachiti where Tottenham are doing this, Tottenham are doing that, Tottenham are doing this, Tottenham are doing that. This one here has been shoot and like shoot to kill, not just waste bullet. Like, don't shoot unless you are 100% sure. Do you get what I'm saying? So it has been that type of transfer window. I'm sorry, guys. Please give me a second. Sorry, that was my brother. But yeah, so yeah, we haven't really like wasted opportunities. It has been like guaranteed stuff. So I don't necessarily think that it's about the protest. I still think the protest should go on, by the way, because I've seen a lot of people, and I would like to debate a lot of these people. Like Sean Butler now. And I'm not calling him out to sort of glorify my channel or big up my channel or cause some sort of fight. I've been on some streams with him. But I think that like he talks about how like even Saba, for instance, these are very big YouTubers in contrast to me that I watch. And they talk about how this has no points. How do you protest when you have won the Europa League, or what change does the protest do? Bro, it gets people talking. And that's the thing. The media are meant to serve as a sort of checks and balance for people. So having like the media talking about this thing does make an impact. And you saying that we've won a Europa League, and a lot of people come and say, "Oh, what Livia has done for this club? Oh, we've just won the Europa League." In the span of over 20 years, going to like 25, I believe, we've won two trophies. We've won two trophies. In how many years under Glass now? Steve Parish. Is it Steve Parish? I think that's his name. They've won two trophies as well. Like, you get what I'm saying? We've won two trophies under this ownership. It's not about just now. It's not about winning the Europa League. Nobody cares about winning the Europa League. It's about looking at it from like a long-term view. Don't be so short-sighted to say that, oh, this and that, this and that. So I don't think like the protest, by the way, I'm not in England, but I think that the protests should go on. But yeah, I'm highly doubtful about the transfers. Sports just don't spend money on quality. Look, Shanta, I think I would agree with you. Like I said, I will not be a hypocrite and say, look at things from a wider point of view and come here and tell you, oh, Spurs spend money on quality. We've spent 65 million on Solanke. We've spent 60 million on Richarlison. We've spent 50 million on Matistel. Like, we've just bought draws. So we don't spend money on quality. But I think that it also has to do with the manager. Like, I think when we had managers like Conte and Jose, their transfer targets for the board were just not realistic. But I think that Thomas Frank sort of being in the Premier League, and there's this saying that you're never as strong as a manager as when you've just come into the job, where like you have discussed certain things and there are certain expectations. And if you think back to even Ange's first window, he got the likes of Brennan, who was supposedly the priority target and Harry Kane replacement. He got Madison, he got Van de Ven, like he got Vicario, he got players. And we've seen Thomas Frank get better quality because this man now knows, this is a man that knows the quality that you need to be at the very top. He knows the level, he knows the league. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like even though I might not trust the board, even though I might not trust Tottenham Hotspur as a football club, I trust the man that we've put in charge, which is Thomas Frank. I don't trust Tottenham. I trust Frank. And I trust Frank to sort of push them in the right direction. That's the reason why, even though things have been bad this transfer window, I've still remained calm. I've not necessarily come out and say, oh my God, this transfer window has been a disaster and whatever. I've still been calm because I trust the manager. That's the thing. I don't trust the ownership. I don't trust the Vinay guy. I don't trust you Olanga. I don't even know how to pronounce it. However it is, I don't trust him either. But I trust Thomas Frank and his coaching staff. That is why I am calm. That's why I'm calm. And if you even want to do Tottenham Hotspur, don't usually do this. Tottenham Hotspur don't usually go out and sign a Paulinia. The closest thing to a Paulinia that we signed was Perisic for Conte. Like, we don't do that. Do you get what I'm saying? And we've done that. We don't go out and sign a Kudus. We rather sign Tyler Diblin. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Tyler Diblin. Do you get what I'm saying? So we're moving in ways that we don't ever, like, we would not have gone for a Savinho. We'll probably go for Van Bommel, like I was saying. Do you get what I'm saying? So Tottenham Hotspur this window have been very different. And the only thing that I can say has changed has been Thomas. So yeah. The protest story is a repeat from the past. I think we're going to end up signing El Canous. That's a huge shout, even when we're in negotiations for Eze. And that Eze thing is very interesting because I don't think he wants to come to us. Honestly, I just think it's a matter of Arsenal aren't here, so I will go to Spurs. But yeah, City also don't want to sell Savinho, and Eze has a huge price tag. Should I be honest with you? I think that this City don't want to sell Savinho thing is BS because I genuinely think that City want to sell. I think City will sell. I think that if you want to get good value for a player that is still sort of part of your plans, you don't come out saying, oh, we want to sell. That's not how transfers work. Because if you say we want to sell now, everybody knows you want to get rid of him and the player's value decreases and whatever. So you don't come out and say you want to sell. Obviously, you have to take a stance that, oh, we don't want to sell. So you have to bring up money for us to sell. It's how transfers work. It's all negotiation. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't really believe the City don't want to sell, because if there's one thing we know about Pep is that when a player wants to leave, it doesn't stop them. And I think Savinho wants to leave, so they are not going to stop him. So this whole City don't want to sell is a myth. Do you get what I'm saying? Because technically they will sell. They want to sell if he wants to leave. It's as simple as that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So I don't believe in that. About El Canus, look, I've checked the data, and I don't think that what I've seen there is amazing. I don't think is anything special from the data. I think he has some things to improve, but that's the thing. Like, even this Eze signing now, I could get on with the Gibbs White signing. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like if we sign Eze, we still need to sign a Benacer. And let me show you. Let me show you Benacer. I don't know if you were there, Chantal, when I found Benacer. But the thing about Gibbs White is that Gibbs White gave us the ability to play in a 10 and a number 8. As a 10 and number 8. But I think Eze is just 10 and left winger. I don't think he can play as a number 8. And maybe we'll check his stats and we'll see something different. But the thing about Benacer is that Benacer, while he doesn't get goals, his passing stats, look, his passing stats are incredible. And I think that we're going to need a ball playing midfielder beside a destroyer who is Paulinho. And I don't think that Eze is that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like a deep line playmaker beside a Paulinho. And I don't think Eze is that. I think Eze is a 10. Like he's a straight on 10. And that's why I think we need to complement an Eze with a player like a Benacer, because you now, if you have, you know what, instead of talking, let me just show you. I think that would be best instead of talking. So let's just do this. We have, you can see my screen here. We have Vicario. Why is this acting up? Let me try a different one. Let me try a different one. I don't know why all these things are acting funny today. And I think it's my hotspot. Whenever I use my hotspot, it acts weird. And the Wi-Fi is yet to be set up. But yeah, let me leave it to load and I'll let you guys know if it does. Or I'll share my screen when it does. But yeah, that's the thing about the Benacer. I just feel like a player like this complements an Eze. It's not just about having a creative 10. It's about having a creative 10 that can sort of do what you want him to do and also create in a different way instead of ball carrying. Because as much as an Eze is beautiful and whatever, you need other types of creativity. Like you need a deep line playmaker. We needed a deep line playmaker because we tried to sign Gibbs White to play number 8 beside a number 6. So we still don't have that profile in the squad. And I think that Benacer at his transfer market, I think it's like 50 million euros or something crazy like that. Let me check for it. Benacer transfer market. Let me show you guys. Okay. Yeah, his value is what, 50 million euros? Yeah, so at 50 million euros, even when we sign an Eze, we can still go and sign a Benacer to sit deep and just create from deep. And playing wingers like Savio and Kudus and have them one-on-one in transition. Crazy. The thoughts I'm having in my head, good lord, I'm worried for defenders, honestly. So yeah, okay, this is working out. So yeah, this is like what me I'm thinking in my head. This is what me I'm thinking. Is going to be Spencer, but let's say Udogi when like our first 11. So this is what it's looking like in my own head. Because now we have Madison out, so we have Yao Polinia. Get out, Chelsea boy. So Polinia here, you have a what's his name? Benacer. A deep line playmaker beside Polinia. Instead of Bentancur, you have Eberechi. Eberechi dance. Eberechi dance. Eberechi dance. Yeah, you have this. Or you could even turn it to this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you could even turn it to this. And then then you have Savio. His name is Savio. To understand. I don't want to see that Sri Lanka guy as my number 9. He keeps on falling on the floor. As long as he keeps on falling on the floor, I don't want to see him in Milan. When he's ready to play like a man, he should get up and come and play for me. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like this. Now this is a lineup. Do you get what I'm saying? Not that rubbish. Like if you change this to Bentancur, while Bentancur is a good player, I don't think that Bentancur is a deep line playmaker. When I say takes us to a whole new level because now you can play direct football. Like we're going to be defensively solid, which means that goals are going to mean more. Yeah, if goals are going to mean more, that means that if goals are going to mean more, it means that we need to be able to create chances and score chances. So one goal would mean more than 2, 3 goals last season, even though because we scored goals last season. Our problem wasn't necessarily scoring goals, it was keeping them out. So one goal now will mean more because we will be winning some games 1-0. Do you get what I'm saying? So one goal will mean more, and we won't necessarily need to score as many goals as we did last season. But with this lineup now, you have like we're going to be in transition defending all the time. But when you defend and this guy wins the ball back, he gives it to somebody that can do something with it, give it to those that can do something with it. And these guys are on their bikes. Do you get what I'm saying? So it works. Like genuinely, it works. So that's my own thoughts. Like having a Bentancur there, I don't really feel like solves our problem. But yeah, if these transfers have to happen, they will happen by the end of this week. If it doesn't, it's not just happening. Honestly, see, the thing is, I think that Savio is going to happen. I think Savio is going to happen. The one that I have question mark over is Eze. I'm not sure. I think if Arsenal coming for him, it's bust. It's gone. It's not happening. But if like Arsenal don't come in for him, then we can have a conversation. Because if you look at what Fab said, let me I don't know, Fabrizio, let me try and search for it. Fabrizio Romano on Eze to Spurs. I don't know if I can find it. But he said, oh God, this whole hotspot thing is messing me up. But anyways, he said something along the lines of Eze wants to play Champions League. He didn't say Eze wants to go to Tottenham. He said Eze wants to play Champions League. So even when they're saying, oh, Tottenham are advancing and whatever, he said Eze wants to play Champions League, which is why he's considering Tottenham. Do you get what I'm saying? It's obvious that it's hard to set on us now, and we're just more of like an opportunity more than something that he actually wants. But yeah, I find that very interesting. But that's my take on it. Honestly, what is all this shoving ads in my face? But yeah, that's my take on it. I sound really pessimistic, but it's just with Spurs. I never like to get my hopes up. They always disappoint. Honestly, honestly, yeah. That's why, like, even with this Savi thing, like, when I first heard the news, I went to my sister's room. I was so gassed. I was jumping. But I can be gassed like for like 30 minutes. And then when I actually start thinking about it, and that's the thing, like, whenever like I have gotten excited for a transfer since Gibbs White, like Paulinia now. When the rumors came out and I was getting excited, I just remembered Gibbs White and all my excitement just died. So now, whenever I want to like calm myself, I just remember Gibbs White because I genuinely thought that would get done. I thought it was a matter of time before Gibbs White became a Tottenham Hotspur player, but we're wrong on that. And since then, I'm just like, you know what? That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to get my hopes up again. I'm not going to expect anything. If it happens, great, but I'm not going to expect it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's the hope that kills you. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, if you guys are new here, please leave a like, please subscribe, and turn on post notifications. So yeah, hot take. But if I was easy, I would choose Spurs. That is a very crazy statement. Okay, he'll be the main man here. He would have less game time at Arsenal. He has to fight for his spot at Arsenal. This is a very interesting pick. And the reason why I call it interesting is because let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Let's build an Arsenal lineup. The right centre back is Saliba. Let's build Arsenal lineup. Let me show you something. Shanta. Odegaard, in my opinion, is not a number 10. And that's the problem I think a lot of Arsenal fans have with Odegaard. The problem they have with Odegaard is that they have certain expectations they put certain expectations on him for things that he genuinely cannot deliver. And I said this, I think yesterday or so. No, I think I was talking to my friend that was an Arsenal fan yesterday. And we're talking about Odegaard. And I told him that the problem with Odegaard is that a lot of people think that Odegaard is Odegaard is okay. You know what? Let's put this boy here. A lot of people think that Odegaard is like Ozil or something, and he's not that player. He's like Bergval in the sense that I'm not saying ability wise or whatever. Bergval is an 8, yeah, like he's a pure 8. But if you tell Bergval for 1 or 2 games, Bergval play in the 10, he can play in the 10 and he can give you like an odd moment. He's a good player. Do you get what I'm saying? He can give you quality once in a while. But if you're telling him, okay, Lucas, do this every week, do this every week, that's where the problem comes from. That's where the problem comes from. He can't do it every week. He just doesn't have it in his locker. This, in my opinion, this guy at what they call him, Arsenal, knocks out Martinelli from this lineup, and it's not even a debate. It's not even a debate, and he knows. I think he knows that's why he wants to go to Arsenal. And even aside from that, he's going to like if he can't knock out Martinelli, I genuinely think that he knocks out Odegaard from the 10. Like he will break into this lineup. He's that good. He's that good. He's that good. Genuinely speaking, I think that he would break into this lineup one way or another. He will find his way to enter this lineup. That's my honest take on Eberechi. I genuinely think that he starts fast now, and he knows. He knows. That's why he doesn't see Tottenham as a good move because at Tottenham, Arsenal already challenging for the league. He wants to be in these conversations. He wants to be in the Champions League every season. He doesn't want to leave Crystal Palace and the good thing that they're building there just to go to any club where you'll be finishing Europa sports and whatever. He wants guaranteed Champions League. Like he wants to challenge for trophies. And as much as we're Tottenham fans and whatever, we have to be honest with ourselves. Arsenal are doing exactly that right now. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. As Spurs, he will be the face of the club and the big name that Sonny was. Honestly, I don't know. And I say this because I've been thinking about this whole Eze thing. Let's say we live in a world where we sign Eze. Let's say that. So, okay, Kulu moves to right wing, right? So it is Kudus / Kulu or inverted. Then you have on left wing, you have Odobe and Savio. Number 9, Richarlison and Shalanke. Let's say right wing, you even move Brennan there because he's very useless on the left. So Brennan as well. And left wing, you move Matisse to left wing. No problem. Then number 10, you have Madison and Izzy. Now, the reason why I say this is tricky is because the thing about Izzy is, as much as he's a quality player, I feel like we already have a lot of ball carriers and dribblers in Savio and what's his name? Oh my god, they just took the light. God bless my country. Crazy. But anyways, chill. Give me a second. That's incredibly interesting. Wow, God bless my country. But anyways, yeah. What was I talking about? We already have a lot of ball carriers, like people that carry the ball and whatever. And The thing about having ball carriers is that while you have ball carriers, I've said this lots of times. There are different kinds of creators. There are creators that use the ball to create, and there are creators that use themselves to create. Eze is the type of player that uses himself to create. He carries the ball, drags players towards him when they're marking him. And because he's dragging players towards him, like two, three people have to mark him to stop him. If you don't, he's a problem. So you're dragging players towards him. And then when you drag players towards him, you have a Savinho or you have a, what's his name? Kudus as well, like being free. But the thing is, now because we have Savio and we have potentially have Savio and we have a Kudus, they're going to drag players towards them. Now you need players that can feed these people the ball. Because Eze, everybody can't be trying to dribble, 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 dribble. It can't work like that because they're going to start complaining that people are stingy. We saw that with Sadio Mane and Salah. That became a problem. And you need a Firmino, somebody to link up and somebody to spray balls to them. So the conversation is when everybody's fit. I know people might say, oh, Eze walks into the Spurs lineup, but it's not just about the quality of the player, it's about the profile of the player as well. You need a spraying the ball type of creator to feed the likes of Savio to do his thing, to feed the likes of a Kudus to do his thing. Now, I was watching a show today and the person was talking about how Eze also has that in his locker and whatever. I don't really know too much. I was following him the first year we're linked to him, but since then, since the transfer hasn't happened, I don't really think too much about it. But from what I'm seeing here, his passing stats are not really that good. And let me show you what I mean now. If you check in Madison, let's check. And this is my first time checking it, by the way. You can see there's no purple here. But this is my first time checking this. So I'm checking it for the first time with you guys. Let's see. But I'm sure that his passing stats will be much better. Exactly. Can you see what I'm saying? So you need different types of creators. That's my own opinion. Like you need different types of creators, and you can't just have a specific profile. Like if you think back to even Tottenham under Poch, for instance, and I don't like bringing up Poch because I feel like a lot of people always go back to Poch, whatever opportunity they have. But if you think back to under Poch, we had Ericsson, who was the creator that sort of was spraying the ball to create. We had Son, who was more of a take-on specialist. We had Bamidele Ali, who was sort of flair, pass type of link up. We had, what do we have? It was Son, Kane, Ericsson, yeah. Son, Dele, Ericsson, and Kane, yeah. So yeah, like you had different profiles, and I feel like having just one profile is going to be a problem. Mind you, in the short run, it works. Like in the short run, Jesus Christ, my ear is itching me. I don't know why. Jesus Christ. In the short run, it works. Yeah. But like, because for instance, now the first few games we're going to be playing the likes of, let's check. Let's check. So we play PSG. Let's go through it now. We play PSG, and Shanta, I'm coming. I will come to your comments now. Sorry. We play PSG. We're most definitely going to play a low block against PSG. Kudus, Savio, and Eze, I think, are players that are, oh, sorry, they're not going to be in that game. So let's even remove that one. But if we're playing against PSG, they will be able to walk against the low block. Sorry, against a high line. Sorry. Burnley is probably going to be a low block. You need players to unlock that defense and move their players about. They're going to be tight defensively. So I think that players like Eze, Savio, Kudus would work for a game like that. Man City, I think we're going to play on transition. So I think that would also work. Bournemouth, I think it will work in some ways, but not really. Because Bournemouth are the type of people that wait till you get into the midfield and then they trigger their press. And then I don't necessarily know if ball carriers would work for a system like that. I think you would need more creative passes. But that's just me assuming. This one's play back three. A back three. So I think you need players that take on people for a back three because it's more solid defensively. So if you look at the likes of a PSG versus Inter, they ate them alive because they had the likes of Dembele, Crava, Doué, like very tricky players that basically disorganizes your back three. Like whatever organization you wanted to do is not going to work against players like that, because players are going to have to be pulled out of position when they start seeing their men beating for fun. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it works. Mm, Brighton, Brighton, they play a high line. So you need somebody that can pass the ball in behind. I remember the game against Chelsea that Chelsea beat them, I think 4-2 or something crazy like that. It was a very high scoring game and whatever. It was through passing, like winning the ball back and having very good passes to pass to the wingers and exploit the spacing behind, that they were able to beat them. So there are going to be different kinds of games and different kinds of ways that we'll need to play. So I don't necessarily think that one way will fit. And buying all these type of ball carriers, I don't know if how that would do. But then you could also make the argument that okay, next year Spurs have Madison, Spurs have Kulu. These are players that use the ball to create, and Kulu is a bit debatable because he also likes to be on the ball and carry the ball and do whatever he wants to do on the ball. So that's a bit debatable actually. I think what I'm saying is I'd rather be the Sonny at Spurs than a Rodrigo and Madrid, if that makes sense, That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But like at the end of the day, this guy is an Arsenal fan. He has made it clear that he wants to play for us. We all know he wants to play for us. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And a lot of the time, like if you see Mbeumo now, what logic, or in what world does it make sense for players to have chosen Manchester United over other clubs? But because of being a fan, it makes sense. Like, and he knows, like I said, I said Real Madrid, he wishes. At Arsenal, Martinelli is not good enough. Let me show you. Let me show you on SofaScore. Let me show you. Let's compare them. Martinelli, bad boy, come here. Let's check his goal contributions. So 10 goals, 5 assists. In a team that finished second in the league, I believe. 10 goals, 5 assists. Now let's check Eberechi. And let's confirm first. Premier League table. Where did Crystal Palace finish? I think they finished like 13th. 12th. Yeah, 12th. Eberechi. Let's see Eberechi. In contrast, Eberechi, exactly. Can you see what I'm saying? This is madness. 14 goals, 12 assists in a side that finished 12th. Like the levels he's going to go at an Arsenal. And I'm telling you, see that left wing spot is his. He knows. He's going to. Now, he's not feeding a Mateta. He's feeding Gyökeres. He's feeding Declan Rice. He's feeding Saka. He's getting goals for himself. That's 26 goal contributions. Martinelli had 15. 15. Let's check. 43 games. Martinelli had 15 in how many games? In 51 games. They're not even in the same world. And Eze's team finished 12th in the league. They're not even in the same world. That's what I'm saying. Like, he goes to Arsenal and he becomes a very key player immediately. It's not. I don't think like the Rodrigo comparisons are fair. Like if it was City now, I would understand what you mean. But Arsenal, he walks into that 11. Like they find the space for him. He's that good. Also, during negotiations, Spurs can say that we do win trophies. Oh my god, we do win trophies, and as we've won more recently than Arsenal, even though we might not be favorites, Arsenal cannot sell the fact that they will win. Fair point. Realistically speaking, what trophy do you think Tottenham Hotspur can win this season? Because even the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, that some might say, okay, we have a chance of winning. Do we really? Now we have Chelsea that is way stronger than us. We have United that will be playing one game a week. We have Arsenal that are way stronger than us. We have Liverpool that are way stronger than us. We have City that are way stronger than us. And City last season did not win any trophy. So they're going for everything this season. Everything. Like the links to Donnarumma, Rodrigo is a whole different conversation than that. Now we're talking they're on Liverpool's level, or maybe even higher in my opinion. Because they already have likes of Turkey, they already have Foden, Haaland. How many world-class players do they need? These people are just greedy. So yeah, like I get it, like from a fan's point of view, yeah, but as a player, Like, at the end of the day, Tottenham must still finish 17th. And that's not sustainable. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's not I finished second 3 years in a row. Last year they were in the Carabao Cup semi-final and the Champions League semi-final. They're there. And he knows that a player like him, like I'm telling you, this lineup here, where is it? This lineup here is a different conversation for the league. Like, it's a different conversation entirely. Like, he knows that he could be the difference between finishing second or going trophyless and not going trophyless. Like, I'm telling you, somebody that had 14 goals, 12 assists in a side that finished 12th in the Premier League. What are we saying? Come on. He might be the difference. Arsenal would be selling the will to win trophies. Spurs will say they have won and wish to keep winning. Spurs have won one trophy in last 17 years. Shut that. I'm a Spurs fan, but I have to be objective. We won one trophy in the last 17 years. Come on. And it was a Europa League that there were no dropping down, and we finished 17th. What trophy do you think we can win next season? And if it was a Conte or a Jose, I would understand you selling winning. But Thomas Frank's only major trophy is maybe the playoffs. That's all, really. So what win are you talking about? Like, as a player, it's hard to sell. Hello, Mason. I'm coming, Shanta. I'll go back to your comment. Nice to meet you, bro. Hi, nice to meet you. You could leave comments in the chat. I would love if you left comments in the chat. Let's talk. If you have anything to say, please feel free. Let's talk. And yeah, if you want to come and let me know, I would even send you the link. So yeah, what if I wanted to bring somebody on now? How do I do that? Invite. Yeah, okay. Here is the link. Let me send the link. Let me put the link in the chat. I'm still like trying to learn this thing. So I'm still a bit shaky on it. But yeah, that's the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come on, let me know. And in case like I'm too focused on the chat and talking to people, maybe you could leave a message for me and let me know that you're here. So yeah, Shanta left a comment. Even when Madison comes back, Eze takes left wing over Savinho. That's the thing I've been thinking about. That's the thing that's the thing that I've been thinking about. That this Eze thing is not making sense because okay, except if now we need to change our mindset and we need to start thinking like a big club. Do you get what I'm saying? But I've been thinking about that same thing. Madison comes back. Eze is the 10. And that's why I said that this Eze thing doesn't necessarily make sense in my opinion, because if it was a Gibbs White can also play as an 8, like a deep line playmaker. But Eze is a 10. Like, he's a 10. I don't think he's a number 8. Which is why, like, the link doesn't make sense, and he screams of desperation, because that's basically what we are right now. We're desperate, and there's a reason why we went for Gibbs White first, and now we're going for Eze. Now we're desperate. Like, Gibbs White made so much sense, but Eze struggling to make sense of it. And now, if Savio is coming to Spurs because he wants to be the starting left winger, and we're signing Eze, we have Madison. How do we do it? It's just funny. Honestly, it's funny. But he likes to play centrally, and we have to consider that. So him and the Crystal Palace manager also mentioned that. Honestly, see, I think the thing I have to say about this is that we need to change our mindset. We need to start thinking like a big club. City have sometimes the likes of Doku on the bench. Doku walk into our starting lineup right now. The likes of De Bruyne on the bench walks into our starting lineup. A lot of their players that are on the bench walk into our starting lineup. Do you get what I'm saying? So, hello, Dolphin. Nice to meet you, bro. I'm guessing you're a guy. So, hello. What's good? But yeah, we have a lot of players that you could leave comments in the chat. Let's talk. Anything you want to talk about, any questions you want to ask me, anything you want us to talk about, drop it in the chat and we'll talk about it. But yeah, Shanta, what was I saying? What was I saying? I was talking about, yeah, we need to change our mindset. So we need to start building a squad that can compete. If you say you want to compete for the Premier League, you want to compete for the Champions League. If you look at Chelsea, I always use Chelsea as a reference. Chelsea have At number 9, they have Dilap, they have Yao Pedro. At left wing, they have Gittins, they have, I don't know, actually. I don't know the other left wing that they have. But right wing, they have Pedro Neto, they have Esteval. Number 10, they would have Javi Simons, they have Cole Palmer. DM, they have Lavia, they have Caicedo, they have Quenda, they have Enzo. Left back, they have Hato, they have Kukurea. Right back, they have Gusto, they have Rhys James. Like, look at the quality we're talking about. So we need to start thinking like a big club and not necessarily think, oh, when Eze comes back or when Madison comes back, this and that. No. We need to change our mindset. We really need Eze and Savinho. Dolphin, I have a question for you. Do you think that if Madison comes back today, how do you think our starting lineup is if Madison comes today? How do you think our starting lineup is? Do you think that Savio goes to the bench? Or do you think that like Eze is sort of played and we play 2 10s, which I think will be absolute madness, by the way, because we did that under Ange, and I don't think that Thomas Frank would try that. I don't think that. I think he's too cautious to try that. Maybe he might. He's full of surprises, that man. But yeah, I don't know. Because it starts looking interesting when Madison is back into the lineup. It starts looking interesting. Let's even see. Because that's the thing. That's why the Gibbs White made so much sense. Gibbs White made sense. And which is why, oh God, I'm running mad. Because now I'm thinking, if we even sign a Benacer and we move Kudus to 10, if we sign a Benacer and we move Kudus to 10, then who plays right wing? If you have Savio on the left, Kudus in the 10, Benacer and Paulinho, then who plays right wing? Except if you move Odobert to right wing. It's crazy. But you know what? I don't know, man. I honestly don't. But you know what? Let's move on. And when I say let's move on, I want to talk about a very interesting thing. We'll come back to all this transfer talk later. If you guys want us to, just leave comments in the chat. But I want us to talk about something else because we're almost an hour in. And the thing I want us to talk about is tomorrow. Because I listened to the press conference, and in the press conference, Thomas Frank and Ben Davies, they were quite confident that we had a solid plan to nullify PSG. And I found that incredibly interesting because I don't even know where we go from here. Because I think Gigi is not going to be available. So this is going to be their potential lineup. And João Neves is not going to be available. João Neves is not going to be available. Marquinhos. Is it Marquinhos? Yes, Marquinhos. Okay. The right back is Ashraf Hakimi. Arguably the best right back in the world, by the way. Like, I feel a lot of disrespect when people do not talk about Ashraf Hakimi amongst the best right back in the world. When people are talking about, I think him and Rhys James, the best right backs in the world, in my humble opinion. Okay, let me answer Dolphin. Depends. Eze is definitely a starter. Not sure about Savinho though. Ooh. Unless Savinho becomes our left winger, then that would work. That's the thing. Savio doesn't leave the bench at City to come to Spurs to one bench. Except he's crazy. I don't think he does that. So it's like, where do you go from here? Because Savio is not going to want to warm the bench. Madison is not going to want to warm the bench. Kudus is not going to want to warm the bench. Eze is not going to want to warm the bench. So, wants to warm the bench. So yeah, where do you go from here? And I don't think that Eze can play as a 6. That's the thing. As I said, as a 6, as an 8. That's the thing. If we're playing Gibbs White can play as a 10, but Gibbs White can play as an 8 because he has the passing range. Eze is a ball carrier. And I don't think Madison has the physicality to play as an 8. God. But yeah, this is crazy. It's crazy, this dilemma. So let's check PSG squad because I want to know who replaces who replaces what's his name? João Neves. Which other midfielders do they have? Because I know they have. Oh my God, they have Zaire Emery. They have Zaire Emery as well. Let me check. It's true. They even have Zabani now. Zaire Emery. They have I think it's Zaire Emery. I think it's obviously Zaire Emery that comes in. I think it's Zaire Emery. So it's going to be Zaire Emery here. Zaire Emery is going to be replacing. So it's going to be Vitinha as the 6. It's usually Zhao that does the dirty work. Then Zaire Emery. And then Fabian Ruiz. God, what a quality player. This guy is so good. Jesus Christ. He's so good. Your number 9, Dembuz, Ballon d'Or. Guy, we need to speak about Dembele Badu. How do you do what you did for Barca? How do you do what you did for Barca? And then go to Paris, your hometown, your everything, and then you just show the Dembele that everybody thought was going to be at Dortmund. Barca fans must absolutely hate Dembele. Honestly, if I was a Barca fan, I would hate this guy because he couldn't stay fit for Barca. Everybody knew he was quality, but he couldn't stay fit for Barca. And now in Paris, levels. Like this guy could win a Ballon d'Or. Do you know what that means? And to even make things worse, I think, if I'm correct, let me check. I think he got a portion of the transfer fee to PSG. Let me check. Did Dembele get a portion of his transfer fee? Like he robbed Barca in every way, shape, or form. Fee to PSG. PSG signed Dembele. Let me check. There were some reports about it, and I want to see if I can find it. I can't find it. But yeah, there were some reports at the time that he was going to get a portion of the transfer fee. We also need to see. We also need to see how we can develop Sa. How Sa can develop higher in the midfield instead of Stadium. Honestly speaking, Sa doesn't have hope developing higher in the midfield anything. Sa has no bone of creativity in his body. The closest thing to a bone of creativity that Papa Mata Sa has, in my humble opinion, is shooting. That's it. That's it. I don't think he has a bone of creativity in his body. Honestly speaking, hand on my heart, if I'm to be honest. But yeah, let's see. Let's go back to this. So we have a right wing. We have. It's probably going to be Due. Like, I'm so worried for our defenders tomorrow because this guy's name is incredibly difficult to spell. I think it's Kvara. Let me just Google it. Sorry, I was not even sharing my tab. Kvara. Yeah. Let me just copy that and paste it. Yeah. I'm incredibly worried for our defenders tomorrow because how do you tell me that Pedro Porro, Udogi, and the likes are going to go up against this? Where do they even start from? Where did they start from? But the only luck we have is that because I went to PSG's Instagram to research before, like, for the channel, and I saw that they came for what do you call it? They came for back from training or back to the club about 1 week ago. So it's like they're not fit. Except if these players are absolutely crazy and they want to surprise us, all these players didn't take a break. And they want to win again. Like, there's some players that just have this elite mentality. And if some of the players didn't take a break, we're finished. We're finished. Sa is not playing CDM. What are you talking about? Dolphin. He's a CM slash cam. I think he can play as an 8. I don't think he can play as a lone 6. He has been playing those positions. He never played CDM. Yeah, to be fair. He's not a CDM. He's not a CDM. I don't think his profile is a CDM. I don't think he profiles as a CDM. But how do Tottenham Hotspur play against this side? How do we even, like, honestly speaking, guys, let's try to figure out. Genuinely speaking, how do we beat PSG tomorrow? Especially with Kudus as our only attacker. The only way the only way we beat PSG tomorrow is because I noticed that, and Thomas Frank was saying that from the not a typical CDM, my bad. The Thomas Frank was talking about how he learned a lot from the Bayern game, and I don't know if it was just me. You guys, let me know your thoughts. But did you guys feel like in the Bayern game they played through our midfield? Like they played through it like there was no midfield, or was it just me that felt that way? Please let me know in the comments, because I genuinely felt like our midfield looked non-existent against Bayern. And maybe that's because Paulina was fatigued and whatever. But um, I, I don't know. You know what's funny? And I don't want to say this out loud. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this out loud. But I genuinely think that we're going to rubbish our way to another trophy. Like in the same way we rubbished our way to the Europa League. I genuinely think we're going to. I genuinely think that we're going to. We're going to pack the plane. Honestly, I believe we can win. Not an easy game, but I believe. Honestly, I genuinely think that we can win. We're going to pack. See, let me tell you. See, this is if I'm Thomas Frank. If I'm Thomas Frank. If I'm Thomas Frank. Tomorrow. Let's play Thomas Frank. Tomorrow. You guys, let me ask you first. What formation would you use? Because I'm telling you, if we play 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, that PSG midfield will play through us like the way they will play through us. It will be so easy. It will be like water coming down on my laptop. It will just flow naturally. If we play a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, as per go midfield for midfield, I'm telling you guys, we are dead. We are dead. See, we need to play sin. We need to commit sin tomorrow. We need to defend for 90 minutes. And that's the thing. You know, one thing I love about Thomas Frank, like right now, is how every time we asked him about this thing, he has told you we just want to win. That game is about the result. We want to win. And you can tell that Thomas Frank, he has in his mind sinning. He is there to sin. And I love that. What Ange did in that final scene, defending from the 46th minute, sin is what I want to go there to commit tomorrow. 4-2-4. What do you mean by 4-2-4, Shanta? Like how when you say 4-2-4, what do you mean? What do you mean by 4-2-4? How do we play 4-2-4? What's a 4-2-4? What do you mean? That's interesting. Um, let's see. 4-2-4. Stay 4-2-4 here. I should be able to do it. Yeah. Like this. We don't have a midfield. Shanta, I'm telling you, if we play this team, do you mean a 4-4-2? Or do you mean a 4-4-2? Or do you mean 4-2-4? 4-2-3-1 works. See, Dolphin, yeah. Dolphin, if we play 4-2-3-1, I'm telling you, they are going to play through that midfield like there's no tomorrow. Me. Okay, you know what? We're going to do 3 lineups. Dolphin, give me your own lineup. Shanta, give me your own lineup. We'll create it, we'll discuss it, and I will do my own on the screen now. Type in your own, the formation, the players you want, where. Maybe type in that in the comments, and then we'll build it. We'll do it. We'll use this lineup builder and we'll build it. And I will show you what I think, and I will tell you my own rationale. You guys will explain yours as well. But let me show you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking haram. I'm thinking sin. Where is it? Right there. This is what I'm thinking. Clog that midfield. Don't give them space to play through. Vicario there for haram. This is Vicario, you're back in Udinese, your hometown, whatever, whatever. Come on. This is your night. This is your night. Danzo, Van de Ven. This is my own lineup. You guys should build your own. Let me know your own in the comment section, please. Please, oh please. I would love if you guys tell me your own. Because I need to I would like different opinions to see. Because there's more than one way to skin a cat. I think that Paulinia here, especially because Paulinia isn't fit, we need to cover him. Sa here. We need legs in that midfield. The same thing that we did to and that's why it pains me that Bissouma is not here, because if you look at Manchester United, the thing that we're able to do against Man U is that we're able to bully Man U physically. And these PSG players, technical ability wise, they are levels above us. But I think that Vitinha and Zaemri, we should be able to bully physically. But Fabian Ruiz, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we bully them. Let me tell you, this is what me I'm thinking. Maybe I know that you probably won't start Brenner just because of what he has seen from that guy. So it's probably going to be this. And let me tell you, yeah, what we do, this is what we do. Then we turn this turns into this. Let me show you here. It turns into this 3 CDMs. This is it. Pack the boss. And Pedro Porro, play the ball on the counter for this guy. You stay here. Nobody else is going forward. Maybe you occasionally. You will bump forward occasionally. If God should touch your heart. Or maybe instead of using Spence, just to keep that defense solid, we use Sa, because he has been trying to play Sa in advanced positions. Thank you, Dolphin. Shanta, I'm waiting for your own. I'll do your own lineup. Do you get what I'm saying? You use Poro and Kudus. That's my own thinking. We pack the boss. We pack the boss for 90 minutes and play on the counter. That's it all. Because I see no way, no world. If we play that game 100 times, I'm telling you, yeah, I like your formation better. I'm convinced testing. Do you get? See, if we play that PSG midfield 100 times, 100 times out of 100, 3 players for 3 players. If we play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, I'm telling you, guys, they destroy us. They destroy us. We pack the boss. We go there. See, let me tell you, yeah, finals is not about winning. It's not about fancy football. It's not about whatever. It's about winning. You're going there to commit sin. And let me tell you, the thing about packing the ball is that them trying to, and I'll start showing the comments. 2 defensive mates, Paulinia and Bentancur. Let me go to the comments before I say what I want to say first. Yeah, okay. Paulinia, and back for same 4-2-3-1. Vic, Pedro, Romero, Mickey, Jed, Paulinia, Bentancur, Kudus, Satel, Solanke. So you're telling me that you play Sa as a 10 after what you've seen in preseason? I'm not sure what PSG could look like. I think PSG will play 4-3-3. Thank you. I would also play Bergvall after Paulinia. So Bergvall cannot play this game. I'm telling you. See, this game is for sinners. And the thing about Bergvall is that these midfielders are too technical for Bergvall to play, at least starting. Bergvall has, because he's still young, he has this very bozo moment at times where he does this very risky tackle. And I feel like because of that, playing against players that are world-class players, I think everybody in their starting lineup, except from their 2 centre-backs, got nominated for Ballon d'Or. That's 9 players got nominated for Ballon d'Or. Do you get what I'm saying? These are the best of the best. You can't tell Bergvall to play a game like this, especially when he's just the thing about him is that I feel like he has this problem where he sort of takes time to settle into games, when he's just coming back from an injury. That's the thing about Bell. So yeah, the thing about playing this formation. See, this is what we're going to do tomorrow. I'm telling you, this is what we're going to do. It's going to be a 5-4-1. I'm telling you, tomorrow is going to be 5-1. It's going to be haram. It's going to be sin that we're going there to commit. We're going there to commit sin. And on the break, 1, 2, 3 would come out. The rest of them, and the thing I love about this is that it's going to be able to work perfectly. Because if you look at against the likes of United, our press to a certain degree worked, but it didn't really work because we had the likes of Brennan. I'm telling you that this guy does the dog work as well, not just the attacking work. He does the dog work as well. Everybody here in this lineup is willing to do the dog work. And that's why this is going to work. Like, it's not just about bringing players or players that are good on the ball. Off the ball, you must be able to put in the hard yards as well. So you go there, you play, you commit sin. We're going there to commit sin. Tomorrow, you do this. When Pedro Porro gets the ball to Kudus, to Solanke, you come out occasionally. We're going to be using his passing range. And this one too, his passing range. These are going to be the two creative outlets we'll have. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 are going to be our creative outlets. That's it. And if we can't even score, as long as we're like this, there is no breaking this thing. Because you come here, you have 3 players on you at least, or 4. Here, 4 players on you. Here, no problem. We have 5 players here. And one thing, see, I might not bank on Vicario for on the ball, like using his feet, catching crosses. But one thing I can bank on Vicario for, one thing, if there's one thing, is shot stopping. So if you want to shoot outside the box, no problem. We have Vicario in goal. No problem. No problem. See, tomorrow is about sinning, committing sin and winning trophies. That's what tomorrow is, genuinely speaking. That's one thing I can bank on Vicario. And I think that genuinely, this team, I feel like at times it might even look like this. But this team, you just have to outlast them. Because PSG players, like I said, they've only been at training for 1 week. They've only been at training for 1 week. So they're going to be fatigued. And as long as we can wear them out, we have a chance. And the thing is, if we enter pens, thank God it's not Donnarumma. Let's check Chevalier. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But let's check how he does on pens. Because if I see that he's good on pens, I would lose my mind. I would just start crying this night. Let's check the data. So share this tab instead. Interpret the stats for me using gold stats. Let's check. So this is their current goalkeeper now. Shot stopping. His shot stopping is class. 5-star. Elites are preventing more goals than as expected. I agree, Dolphin. See, that's the way. We're going there to commit sin. Outlast. The same thing. Or if we score one, lock shop. And see, the thing is, if you see, I don't know if you guys watched like Thomas Frank videos, tactical videos, when like Wellington, this guy knows how to lock shop. That's one thing. He knows how to lock shop. And I feel like the best thing to happen to us was that 4-0 battering by Bayern. That's the best thing to happen to us before this game. That's the best thing. Because he would have seen a lot of things, like, because these guys are quality. You have to lock shop. So, and he always talks about how against the bigger teams, he uses a back 3 because then you're able to close the gaps. Like, with a back 4, you can't do something like this. With a back 3, you are able to close the gaps here. And there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere. You go here, if you go to the left side, there are enough bodies. You go to the right side, there are enough bodies. So it has to take incredible moment of kidney. And as long as our players concentrate and do their jobs, we go into pens and we win them there. But let's check this Chevalier guy. So his shot stopping is incredible. You can see 5-star, 4-star, 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 4-star. He's very good at it. Rarely beaten from free kicks. God, we're finished. Consistently strong shot stopper, keeps scoreline respectable. And he played for who? Lille? Let's check. Chevalier. Let's check him on SofaScore. I think that will be quicker to find. Chevalier. I think he was at Lille because I bought him in my FM. Yeah, Lille. Can you imagine? Lille. Wow. Wow. At Lille, he played 44 games and goals conceded 44. He has really improved in these last 2 seasons. And that's the thing. Like, the thing about PSG is that I feel so concerned when PSG don't sign a player that is French. And which is why, like Turkey, they were never going to sign Turkey because I've told you guys countless on this channel. Turkey don't I said Czechia doesn't defend. PSG will never sign Czechia, no matter how talented he is. Not this PSG side. So any player that is from France, the best players from France or in the French league, just know they're going to PSG. I went to see the Bayern game in real life. It was painful to watch as an AVP. Honestly, at the point watching the Bayern game, I was just in awe of how good they were. I think there is a certain way that you are like they beat you, like in the Liverpool games last season. There's a certain way that a team beats you that you just have to appreciate how good they are. Like at that point, they beat you to the point where you forget you're a sports fan and you become a football fan and just enjoy the game. And I think that was it for me. I just started watching Bayern in awe. Wow. Like some of their misses, I was even like, yeah, how do you miss that? Like they just beat, they really beat you. Wow. They really beat you. And they really did beat us. I am blessed. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Especially this. Oh my God. See, I'm telling you, people, it is written in the stars. Because Gigi, very good at pens. Against Donnarumma, no chance we win this game. Whether or not PSG are fit, no chance. But against this guy, he's looking bright, guys. He's looking bright. But let's see. Let's see. You know what? Let's check last season. Let's check his last season. This is last 365 days. Let's check 2023-24 season. Let's check how he did in that season. Let's check how he did in that season. So yeah, his penalty saving isn't the best. But let's check. Let's check that season. Let's not just use one season. Let me not get my hopes up. Maybe it was one bad season on pens. Let's check. Same here. The experience and the atmosphere at the Alliance was nice. Honestly, that's the thing. Like you just stop becoming a Spurs or stop being a Spurs fan, and you just accept how good the team are. Like that was it for me last season because that was the only way I could still watch football. Because we're losing every week, and it was just like if I become a Spurs fan, it was really like my stress levels were so high, and I was like, I need to find a way to detach myself from this. So that was the only way out for me. Shot stopping, goals against is still very good. Save percentage is still very good. Prevents more goals than expected. So his shot stopping is really good. Elite in keeping clean sheets. This was 23-24. And can you see what I'm saying? Can you see why I said we should take 2 years? Can you see penalty save? Excellent. Excellent in penalty saving. Hey, yo, I don't know where we go from here, honestly. Can you see? So which one do we go with? Which one? I don't even know where we go from here, guys. It's only God that can help us. Honestly, the only thing I can pray for is that their players are not fit and we capitalize on that. Because that's the only way I see us winning this game. If this guy is also good at pens. Because wait. Let's even say we get to pens. Which penalty takers do we have? Because Son is gone now. Harry Kane is definitely gone. Madison is out. So we in our team can take pens. All right, I gotta go now. Let's win tomorrow. Community Sports. Thank you, Dolphin. Nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you, bro. And take care. Stay safe. I'm here every night, 10 p.m. I hope you've liked and subscribed and turned on post notifications. By the way, it's nice to meet you, bro. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night. And thank you very much for being here. Bye-bye. But yeah, who in our team can take pens? Honestly, because we have Shalanke that can take pens. I don't know if Kudus can take pens. I'm guessing Pedro Porro can take pens if he's good at free kicks. And I'm guessing if Kudus is also good at free kicks. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. Thank you. But yeah, I'm guessing if Kudus is also good at free kicks, then he would also be good at pens. So maybe Pedro Porro, Solanke, and Kudus. That's three. Then we start going to Romero. I think Romero will be good at pens. So four. Van de Ven, I think he would be. That's five. And now you're struggling. I don't know about Jet Spence. I don't think he'll be good at pens. I don't know about. I think Brennan might be good at pens. Because if there's anything that boy can do is finish. I think Brennan might be good at pens. I don't know if Polinia is good at pens. I don't know if Bentancur is good at pens. I don't know if Sai is good at pens. I don't think Sai is good at pens. So yeah, like even if we go to pens, who, like, realistically speaking, are the pen takers for us? Like, it's like the odds are stacked against us. And maybe like that's the thing. Lots of times, yeah, when we are playing City, I'm on a bad run. That period where we used to beat City, even on that end where we drew 3-3, I think we won a horrible one. We had gone, I think, 5 games without a win. That was after the Chelsea game. And then we played City and then we drew 3-3 with likes of Ben Davies and Emerson Royal at centre back. But there was this, like, before the game, like long before the game, I usually feel, what they call it, scared. But like once the game starts, or like it's like 1 hour to the game, I feel confident. And I don't know where this confidence comes from. Maybe it's the lineup, maybe it's, I don't know what it is. But I hope that going into the game tomorrow, I feel confident. Because let me play devil's advocate. Because I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and I would like to know you people's thoughts on it. I had this devil's advocate stance where I was like, do you guys really think that PSG are that good? And I know that seems crazy to say because they won almost every trophy that was available to them. They went the whole season in the French league unbeaten, I think. Let me check. Let me confirm. But I think they won the league unbeaten. Maybe they dropped points when they had won the league. But League 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. They had won the league. Yeah, last 5. It was in their last 5 that they started losing games. But they basically went the whole league unbeaten. Then they started playing their small children because they were in the Champions League. And they lost 2 of their last 5. And I was having this conversation with my friend. And I was like, bro, do you really think that PSG is really that good? Or do you think that everybody just had a bad season? Liverpool, when necessarily they finished that article, this was the Liverpool side that barely made any like addition to the lineup. They had the likes of Darwin and Co, Elliott, players that they're getting rid of now. City had an off season. Roger was out for the whole season. Oscar Bob was unavailable. Once again, Arsenal did not have a striker. Chelsea went exactly the finished article. Real Madrid were horrible. Barcelona were incredibly good, but I don't think that their defense was the best. Maybe that's because of how they played under Hansi Flick, but yeah. So, like, I think that PSG were the best team of the rest. Bayern aren't complete. We knew that Bayern needed a left winger. Bayern need a left back because I think they play Lima there. Yeah, I think it's Lima. And then they play Sasha Boy at right back. Yeah. So yeah, like a lot of these teams were not exactly complete. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like PSG were in a good position and they capitalized on it. So are PSG really that good? Or is it that everybody just had an off season? Because I don't think that Real Madrid will be as bad as they were last season. Real Madrid went trophyless. Real Madrid went trophyless. Manchester City went trophyless. That is not going to happen often. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know like if PSG are really that good. Because I think the thing that they have on their side is that there's that fear factor. Like City had this when they were winning the league every season until last season. But it's sort of that fear factor when you know that these guys are elite, these are the best players in the world, and majority of time when you go up against them, you will lose. Like if you look at City before last season, a lot of teams knew before they got onto the pitch that they were going to lose to City. Like it's already in your head that they are that good and you're the massive underdogs here. And I think that that's one thing that PSG have right now. Like they have that fear factor and they have that psychological advantage over us. That's the thing. Like the advantage here. So yeah, I think a 4-3-1 would kill us. But yeah, I think that's really what I have for you guys today. Let me check. Because there was this lineup I made with Benacer, with Van Bommel. Let me check for it and look at it again and see if it's worth going over. Not really, because there are new links now. Not really. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you're new here, please leave a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on the narratives. Thank you, Dolphin, for liking and subbing. Thank you, Shanta, once again. You're always there for me. Thank you, bro. Mason, nice to meet you, bro. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing good. So yeah, thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for subscribing. And I will see you guys next time on the narratives. Don't forget to also turn on post notifications. So yeah, take care, guys. Bye bye, and have a lovely evening.